Hello, good night, and welcome once again to another edition of EOB Salon Talk. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit that little bell. Okay, tonight's guest is no other than Mr. Mugzy McFly. As you can see, I'm all comfy in my velour.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug from Mr. McFly. Mugzy, how are you?
This got me good. I'm good.
Oh, cheers. This is EOB Salon Talk stuff. Take your time. Don't drink too much.
I got you.
We're going to have a good time.
Of course.
Mugzy, this is very special to me.
Okay.
Because I've admired you for a long time.
Oh, really?
I don't think you know this.
I don't.
I actually was having a conversation, and I'm saying I watch you grow. I watch your growth. I watch your hustle. I watch your drive. And I'll say to you,
yes,
before we even get into the meat of the interview, that yes, I appreciate your drive.
Thank you.
And I admire your drive.
Thank you.
And I admire you, actually. And I've been watching you for a while. Little dig. So as you see, I am finally wearing my velour that was promised about how long ago, Mugzy?
I don't even want to get into that, please.
Yes, but I finally got my velour because he's so busy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Muggs, tell my viewers a little bit about who you are.
I'm a creative. I make clothes, but then I make everything. I have a store. I make a platform for other entrepreneurs to sell and create stuff. I do graphic design. I do public speaking. I'll do anything I want.
Mugzy makes all my business cards, all my flyers, and my velours.
Oh gosh.
And what I love about you though is, I don't know if you remember this, a while ago we spoke.
Yes.
We spoke maybe about 4 years ago. We had a conversation, and I remember things that matters that people say.
Okay.
And you were saying, I said, so what is your plan, Mugzy? What are you doing? You said, I'm doing these designs. I have a couple of artists that I'm working with. You did these pop-up shops. Mm-hmm. And I said, but what is the vision for Mugzy? You said, you know what? I want to do this on my own. I want to build a brand. I want to make sure my brand matters. And I remember looking from then to where you are now, and I'm like, I'm actually watching you building your brand from the ground up. You said, I don't want anyone's help. I want to do this because I want to feel what it feels like to build a brand. What made you wanted to do that? Why did you want to do it on your own?
Well, it's kind of like raising your own child, like having a nanny. There's a lot of moments you could miss, and I feel like I would cheat myself out the experience. It wouldn't be genuine. No one's gonna love my business and my brand like I do. Sure. So, and then with this kind of lifestyle, the entrepreneur lifestyle, people really go into it for the wrong reasons. And if I had a partner or investor, they're looking for, financial gain. I'm looking to brand and be timeless. If I got somebody in my back that's worried about the bottom line, like stockholders and stuff, then I gotta try and make the move to make the money instead of move to create and show my vision.
One thing you said to me too, that makes sense now with what you're saying. You said an investor is gonna want to change what my vision is. I don't know if you remember this. We were speaking about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You said an investor is gonna come in, and because of monetary value or the gain, you're gonna want to change what my vision is. I'm going to tell you one thing. There's not a lot of people that stay true to what their brand is.
Yeah.
And they change it for monetary values. So for that, you remember I said I admire you and I respect what you're doing? Yeah. That's why. Because you stuck to it. Doesn't matter what was coming. No, I got it. Some people may call it arrogance.
Yeah.
I call it someone that knows what they want to do, one. Two, believe in what they want to do, understand. Yeah. So what I really want to know is, where did that really come from? Where did you get your inspiration from?
Well, it's everything. I'm a product of my environment, like everyone. And I just feel like, you come up and they tell you what you can do. They tell you to be a fireman, a doctor, a police officer, and all type of stuff that I don't want to do. I didn't know that I could make whatever I want, you know? And it's like, I don't really want to live inside a box. I don't want to, I was coming out of high school and they could basically tell you what job you can get with what grades and the highest salary you could be paid. And that's kind of scary to me, to think that my whole adult life, I know exactly my ceiling. And that's scary. Like,
So you wanted to break that glass
yeah, I'm
ceiling.
like, I don't really want to, like, being that predictable is bad. Like, okay, if you pass this test, you'll get this much more. But then after that, that's it. And then if you work for 10 years, you'll get into, you know, you might be part of the ownership or whatever, your company's higher office. And,
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
like, they could tell me everything I could do for the next 25 years. That's not it. I'd rather go off-road and explore somewhere. You know, make a new path, blaze a new trail. So I was like,
The one thing too I like about what you do, right? You understand the fundamentals. And I'm going to tell you what that means to me, right? You are a person that does branding and a lot of people wear your stuff. But most importantly, you give back.
yeah, of course.
And I feel like people in this industry, that it doesn't matter what you have, whether you're not in, making your own labels or if you're a hairstylist or whatever you are, I feel like giving back to me is most important. A lot of people don't know. He plays a big role with the Giles Foundation. You help back, there's a fashion show every Mother's Day with the kids.
Yeah.
You give up your time. And I know that's not easy because I know how busy you are.
Yeah.
And you came in, you trained the kids, you taught them, you do a runway series, and I'm like, wow. First of all, I didn't know you do runway shows until that day.
Yeah.
I'm like you coordinated the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's really giving back. You wasn't getting paid, and people might look, oh, Mugzy, you do give back.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to ever feel like that's taken lightly, because the kids you give back to actually appreciate it. What you do for the Giles Foundation, I know you come in sometimes. I know sometimes you show up, you do that little dance. I don't know how to do it, so I ain't gonna do it. But I appreciate you coming in and showing the kids. And this year also, I know you're coming to have a talk with the kids on December 16th.
I'm doing what?
Coming to have a talk with the kids about, what you do on your brand. And the reason you are the perfect person to do that is what? You told me 4 years ago, maybe a little more, that this is what I'm going to do. And you laid it out. I'm going to have a store. I'm going to do this. But Mugzy, you now have a store in White Plains. Where in White Plains is this store for the viewers?
I'm in the Galleria Mall.
He's in the Galleria Mall.
Yeah.
A young black man that's coming up in today's society that could have taken another path. He started you open a store from your brand
actually it's a little bit more than that.
Explain.
I never really wanted a store, so the store is actually more so a platform. I have my brand in about 16 or 17 other independent brands. Each brand is black owned or has a black partner in it, no matter what. I didn't do that purposely, but purposely. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm against anyone else, but that's the people I know, that's the people I care about, so that's the people.
So what you're saying to me was, you gave opportunities, so you and a couple young, up-and-coming artists, you gave the opportunity, because Mugzy, you're a big thing out here. We know who Mugzy is. It's all right. Don't be shy. We
Tell
understand.
me anything.
No, we understand. You do good work. I'm wearing one of your masterpieces. Have you ever seen me this comfy?
Oh gosh.
Never. If you see me in the airports or wherever I am, this is McFly.
Yeah.
Really, I hound you. I said I needed a velour. Not because of the velour or what you do, but because you're giving back. I came to the store one day where I was hustling. I have to stop by. I missed the grand opening, by the way.
It's all right.
Yeah, but I had to stop by to see what you were doing. And I must tell you, as a person that's in the business, it's going to be 10 years since in June of 2020, that I opened my first location. And I want to tell you, as a person that's been doing that, that is hard work.
Of course it is.
It's a lot that goes into it.
Well, I mean, that's why you don't get into this kind of stuff unless you love it or you have like a certain value or ambition for it, because you can never really fully get paid back for it.
You
Ever.
took it a step further though. You gave opportunities to other people to say, let's do this together.
Well, that's the thing. You want to be the change in the world that you want to see in the world. When I'm coming up, I don't have anyone to help me or put me on, so I'm just paying it forward. So
Wait, I think they missed that. If there's a change in the world that you want to see,
be the
that
change.
change.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, end of the day, that's you only have control of yourself. So that's what I set out to do. The kids, where we're from, the chance of a child being able to model and see a designer and see that kind of exposure is very slim. I'll give that. And then for someone who's a hard worker, who has a vision and wants to start their own brand, for them to just transition from paying bills, taking care of their kid to brand, slim. So if I have the platform already, let me get your numbers up and your exposure up so you might be comfortable enough to just come all the way full circle,
I wanted to do this interview because we were in the salon and the conversation was about how hard it was for a black man or a black person in today's society to start a business, to own your own business. And my conversation was, you do what you want to do. And it's funny, you said it, but my exact word was, if you see a change in this world you want to make, be the change, right?
Yes.
And I can't remember exactly where I got that from. And I heard you just said the same thing now. And now it's like an affirmation for me, because we had the conversation and I listened to all the excuses that were being made. There were clients at the dryer, there were stylists, and we were talking about different people have their opinion. And people said, I never want to own anything because it's hard. It's a lot of taxes you got to pay. These all comes with owning. But the gratification.
Well, it's more so education, because where we're at, you're not gonna have so much examples.
Right.
So, they say like, if you grew up underneath a millionaire, money doesn't scare you because you're comfortable. That's what you're used to. If you're used to your mother living from paycheck to paycheck, you're gonna be afraid of things, and that's just it. Then you end up stuck, and then your kids end up stuck because you teach them the same thing that had you stuck, and it keeps going. So I just want to break out the cycle and change it from here on out. Not just for me, for anybody that gets close enough to me to hear me.
Well, I know there's more in store for you. I know there's bigger things in store for you.
Yeah.
We spoke 4 years ago lightly about a store or a pop-up location or a location. And we spoke about it in depth. And I don't know if you remember the detail, but what you're doing now is right in line with what you said. So my question for you is, what's in store for 2020? What's in store for 2024, McFly?
Well, everything is just building on top of each other. So, I feel like I have all the tools. So it's just expansion at this time.
Okay.
Being more efficient, marketing. Once you have the actual product, which is most important, and the groundwork, everything else you just work on. You just improve on. I was scouting another location, but I don't want to do that yet. I want this location to be so on point that I don't
be
have
more
to,
successful.
so
To be
I
successful.
want it to be as good as it possibly can before I do that.
Right.
And then, I have to mind the store and then the brand. It's two different businesses. So with the store, it's just improving, having more events besides just clothing, like art. And then I want to do, I'm bringing custom print into the store. So I want to be able to teach kids about that and have like t-shirt parties where they can draw out their own designs and have it as a t-shirt, go home with that. So they're having their head armor designer. I can build them up from there because that's the way I learned. And then with the brand, of course, I just want to improve on what I've already done. And I'm actually working on releasing my first pair of sneakers. So spring 2020, I got the sample. I love it. I might shoot something for it. I actually was in talks with someone from Foot Action. See if I might even release it first there. I'm thinking about it because the whole corporate thing is, there's restrictions. I might just do it completely myself. I'm gonna figure that part out. But I actually am ready to go. It's just
But let me just figure something out for you. Once it's released, I'm gonna need you back in this chair,
oh god.
and we're gonna talk about it because I'm gonna be wearing a pair, 8.5, right?
Sure.
And we're gonna talk about the sneakers while I'm wearing it with another color,
Of course.
velour.
Of course.
Things, and we'll talk about it. But Mugzy, what would you like to say to the young up and coming artists, people that are looking and say, yeah, I could design, I don't want to do it, I'm scared. What would you say to them?
If you're not afraid, then you don't dream big enough. You're supposed to be afraid. I'm afraid every day. I mean, nothing is promised. There's no one to pay me. I cannot forecast anything at all. It's just fate. I honestly would say you gotta fall out of love with money.
Say that again.
Fall out of love with money.
Fall out of love with money.
Yeah.
Explain.
So, because I feel like you should follow your heart. You know, your mind might get in the way, your finances and, your circumstances get in the way. So you do it earlier because you're only gonna get older and have more expenses. You're gonna have kids, you're gonna have car notes, you're gonna have mortgage. So do it early, fail early, and continue. So do it early, fall out of love with money. Because if you do it, because for these kind of businesses, first 2, 3, 4, 5 years might not be profitable. You might just be staying afloat. And consistency is always key. So I believe do what you love, because guess what? I can leave this interview right now and just go and work on orders. But if I had a job and a boss called me to come in after
you're not gonna want to go
for 4 hours to do something, I'm telling them no.
So fall out of love with money.
Do what you
and
love.
Stay connected to the heart.
Yes, you have to love it, because and then is another thing is like people really be worried about like the skill set. It's not necessarily the skill, the talent. It's the love and the ambition, because if I love making clothes that much, I'm not the best, but I love it so much, I'm so obsessed with it, I'm only gonna learn it that easy. I'm gonna be thirsty to learn it. Like, you have that class in school, art, or you like art class. You're awake for it. You can't fall asleep in it.
Yep.
But then you might go to algebra and you sit in the front, you have espresso, but you still fall asleep. You're just not interested in it enough. So
fall out of love with money.
And do what you love.
Stay in touch with the heart.
Yes. Do what you love.
And stay positive, stay strong, and do what you love. I love that.
Oh, I mean, I will say lastly, there's no such thing as a plan B. No plan B. That whole insurance thing, I feel like what kept me afloat, ironic enough, is moving like water. And that means you flow. So when things change, you just gotta adjust.
You just ride the waves, right?
Like, I don't really do the little 5, 10-year plan, even though I foresee certain things of it. But how I'm gonna get there, no.
I do think a 5 and a 10-year plan is just for business if you need a loan.
But
we have vision.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about all the business part. I'm talking about the heart. So in the back of your mind, like, I went to school for something else, and I came out of school thinking by this age I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna have this car, and it wasn't like that. And now I'm distraught.
You're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And I remember one day you said to me, you said, listen, I probably could have been making more money. You made some business. I ordered some business card from you for the foundation. I ordered some business card and some flyers for the foundation. And I said to you, Mugzy, I need this. And you said, you like literally like said, no, that's not correct. This is the way we need to do it, whatever. And you were so easy about it, like sure about it. Yeah, you were like, no, that's not what you need. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do first. And you actually and somebody that was with me said, yo, Mugzy's so arrogant. And I said, no, he's not arrogant. I said to the young lady, he's not arrogant. What he is, he's a creator. He's a designer, and he knows you're confident.
I want to defend myself.
No need to defend yourself.
But
I love it.
I'll provide clarity. So basically, it's more so like, where I'm from, I'm pretty sure where you're from. If your mom beats you, she cares about you, right? So if I don't know,
most people are not gonna get that.
Yeah, if I don't know you from anywhere, I'll put my little proper voice on. Yes, okay, sorry, ma'am, whatever. But if I care about you, I'm gonna speak to you straight up, because now, you know me, and you know if I argue today, I still love you tomorrow. If you go out in the world, someone could speak to you sweet and screw you over. Now I'm gonna give you
Straight talk.
If I train you harder than the outside world is, you'll be prepared for anything. So I'm gonna be tough with you, strong with you, because that's how the world is. If I train you to pet you and walk you through everything, once I leave you alone, you can't stand on your own 2 feet.
I say straight talk, straight understanding.
No, but like I tell anyone, if I ever rough with them, it's because I care and I want you to understand. Cause
I don't take it personal.
in this world of business,
I get you.
To be honest, in this world of business,
I'm an artist. I just do it under here.
Yeah, in the world of business, they don't like, if the person is really nice to you, they probably must screw you over. The honesty lies in when I'm harsh and tough. It's like,
well, can I just tell you thank you for being honest?
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do any business.
You wouldn't
with you
change
if I couldn't
it.
be honest.
But then again, cheers. But most importantly, I know you had a lot of orders coming in today because you took time out to come in and sit with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by at EOB Salon Talk. But I want to ask you, how can we find you if we need to order one of my cute velour?
Which is
can you get it in another color, please?
It's in red. I got it already.
Oh yes, please. Oh, can I get the red?
Tomorrow.
He's gonna gift me the red. You heard that, right?
Gift what?
Gift the red.
They're gonna edit that all out.
EOB Salon Talk. Where can they find you?
Well, I'm Mugzy McFly on everything. You could Google that.
Mugzy McFly is on Facebook, Instagram, Google, Twitter. Find
Just not LinkedIn. And I actually have a website, signbymcfly.com, and I have an app for Apple and Android, Signed by McFly.
Wait, he has an app.
Yeah, I have an app. So like, if you want to stay in tune, like let's say this is out of stock, you add the app, put notifications on, and I'll send a blast.
This is out of stock. Yes. Out of stock. Black, out of stock.
Lucky
red,
you.
I'm getting it. Out of stock.
As long as you pay, you can get whatever you want.
Yes. He's gonna gift me. Are we recording? Yes. He's gonna gift me.
This is gonna be edited
red
out.
velour. I never wear. Have you ever seen me in a velour like this?
You shouldn't be in anything but that.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will not be in anything else but this. Can I get a red one, please? Thanks. And I'm gonna need another black one. I'll buy the red and I'll buy another black and you give me the red. Thank you.
Next interview, I'll think about it.
Mugzy, but thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here. Much love.
You've been babysitting.